Ladies, gentlemen, now who am I kidding? No woman watches this channel. The day has arrived. The video is here. And you must be like, what? Whoa, he took this long to make this video? I did. And you know what? I spent most of it playing a game. Hey, don't die either. Anyways, this is gonna be more of an analytical video of my appreciation of the game that we are talking at hand about. Now, I see your mouse cursor going up to that X button. Please don't press it. Please. Please don't click it. Stay here. Don't!
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the...
Now that we got that out of the way, this is the video you've been waiting for. And I put a lot of time and effort into it. And I hope you enjoy. What you just saw and heard was the E3 2015 debut trailer for Dark Souls 3. And although having no dialogue whatsoever, only text in the beginning of it, it shows you quite a bit actually about what you'll be having to go through in this game. It shows you the Fire Maiden, which will be basically your savior, because she levels you up in the game.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. Ashen one, what is wrong?
And it shows you one of the main bosses that you'll have to encounter. One of the Lords of Cinder known as Yorm the Giant, which we'll get into later down the road when I talk about more of the lore aspects of the game.
Come on, run.
It shows you right off. This is the atmosphere that we're setting for this new game. And the beautiful piece that you heard in this trailer was composed by Yakuwa Kitamura. Oh my god. Yakuwa Kitamura. You know what? This guy. I'm not going to pronounce his name because I'd probably butcher it and I'd look like a fool online, which was the last thing I want.
So that's what they're called.
But as I was saying, this was the E3 2015 debut trailer. And the following year, the game released worldwide on April 12th, 2016. And, boy, it's good. It's really good, yeah.
No, not this. Not again. Not like this, not like this. No. Fuck this boss!
My friend GamerCat actually has a few words to say about it.
Fuck no!
He loves it, as you could tell. Now that you have a general gist of the game, I want to go in depth now. Mainly on two topics that I picked. I picked these two topics because these were the prominent features of the game and they are also my favorite parts of the game. And these two topics are the bosses and the music. So let's begin with the bosses. To begin this segment, I'm going to talk about all the bosses, but I mean, there's some optional bosses that you don't have to fight. Nah.
Oh, hey, what's up, dog?
And I'll go over them, but, you know, I'm not going to go too in depth. The only ones I really want to go in depth about is the main story-driven bosses, which are the Lords of Cinder. And everyone else will kind of get like a brief gloss over.
Alright guys, I was just shopping on Amazon and I found the world's slipperiest soap, and apparently I can wash like...
We're just going to be talking about the mechanics of the boss, the variations of the boss fight, and the overall difficulty. We'll be starting with Eidix Gundyr, and then going all the way through to the end to where the Soul of Cinder is. Starting with Eidix Gundyr, he's located in the Cemetery of Ash after you've created your character and you've gotten a little used to the game mechanics via the helpful messages left by God knows who.
What the fuck? What is it? What good is this gonna do? Wow. Wow. Wow, thank you. God, who the fuck allows... Why would they allow people to write messages in this game? Could this be treasure? It's rocks. There's nothing here. It's just rocks. They lie. They lie. They only lie in this game.
If it's your first time playing a Dark Souls game, Gundyr will be difficult, but he definitely introduces the new mechanics that Dark Souls 3 brings to the table, which is phases of bosses, which wasn't done before in other games, I'm pretty sure.
No!
So basically, halfway through each boss's health bar, they enter a second phase, which makes them harder. For example, with Gundyr, he goes from a knight into some fucking symbiote venom looking motherfucker. But if you're a seasoned veteran at Dark Souls, this is pretty much a cakewalk. I beat him in one try when I was replaying this game for this video. While on the other hand, GamerCat, well, he was a little upset, to say the least. All of his attacks are pretty slow and predictable, except for like his jabs. Definitely in the second phase, it's easily avoidable if you just stay behind him and close. You can get swing after swing after swing and just roll a few times and he'll be dead. And he is pretty easy in my eyes. So I'd give Gundyr about, let's do 3.5 out of 10 on the difficulty scale. Not that difficult if you're a seasoned veteran of the Dark Souls series. Difficult if you're just barely picking up the game. And after defeating Gundyr, you will then move on to the Firelink Shrine, which is basically the hub world of this game. And you'll meet one of the Lords of Cinder, who actually decided to take his place at the throne and, you know, actually do his job. Thank you. Good job. Once you do that, the Fire Maiden will greet you, and then you can go and meet the rest of the cast, which is some old lady in a chair that sells you stuff, and Andre the Smithing Machine 5000. Once you've met everybody in the Firelink Shrine, you can then move on to the High Wall of Lothric, which will then take you to the next boss, known as Vort of the Boreal Valley. Vort of the Boreal Valley is like a dog, so you just basically gotta get behind him and hit him, and then he goes rabid halfway through the boss battle. He runs around a lot, and he likes to swing his mace. Yeah, that's about it, besides Frostbite. Difficulty rating for Vort would have to be 2 out of 10. Literally easier than the King Jellyfish boss.
Oh, fuck me!
Once you defeated Vort of the Boreal Valley, you will then have to backtrack and then go into the cathedral past these big scary night guys and talk to this woman that is sitting on a chair in the middle of an abandoned cathedral for some reason, and she will give you a banner which will then take you to the next place known as the Undead Settlement. These little goblin guys that look like they're out of Doom will take you then to the Undead Settlement, which then you will meet an optional boss known as the Cursed Rotted Greatwood. Yeah, I don't even have to talk about this guy. He's easy. You just hit his nuts a ton, and you hit all these like glooby thingies on him, and it hurts him a lot, and he'll like shit on the floor sometimes. Otherwise, he, -2 out of 10. He gets a negative. He's that easy. He's easier than killing Deathclaw in Fallout 4 with that minigun. Once you've defeated the Cursed Rotted Greatwood, you then move towards the Road of Sacrifices. There's no boss in the Road of Sacrifices, but there are some AIs that want to kill you. But you're good at the game, so you don't let them. The Road of Sacrifices lets you split off, actually, into 2 separate directions. One leading you to the Cathedral of the Deep, and one leading you to the Abyss Watchers. If you choose to go to the Cathedral of the Deep, you will then fight the Deacons of the Deep, which are not, and I repeat, not a Lord of Cinder. They're just assholes. They tricked you. We thought we'd find Aldrich, the Devourer, but he's not there. It's his little buddies. It's more of like they overpower you with numbers kind of thing. They're not powerful at all. They're slow, and they use slow spells that you can easily dodge, but it's more of a numbers game that they try to get you with. Once you've killed the Deacons of the Deep, you will then get a doll that will allow you to pass into the city of Ithriel. Now you backtrack and say now you can go into fight the Abyss Watchers. These guys are by far my favorite boss battle in the game. I think they're very interesting because of the mechanics that they have. Now, you may have noticed I didn't really go over the mechanics of the last few bosses, and that's because earlier on I said I only really wanted to focus on the Lords of Cinder. Well, this is one of them. The Abyss Watchers is a Lord of Cinder. There's a video that I watched a while ago that made me realize something. When you're outside of the boss arena, you can hear fighting already going on, which no other boss battle in this game has that. So once you enter in, the cutscene plays. You may be scratching your head wondering why they are killing each other, and the reason for this is they were corrupted by the very thing that they were sworn to destroy, which was the Abyss, which is why the Abyss Watcher's eyes are red when you could see him pan up. Now the mechanics for the Abyss Watcher is quick. He is quick. Boy, he does sweeping attacks, and he comes at you quickly, and that's, I think, what got GamerCat a lot of the times when we were fighting the boss battle. I didn't die, of course, because I'm a veteran at Dark Souls. Yeah, so the Abyss Watchers then have something unique happen, which is they have another Abyss Watcher get up from their grave, then another gets up, but that one doesn't want to kill you. It wants to kill the other Abyss Watchers. which I find very interesting. I love this boss fight so much because of how they flipped the script on this. Now somebody may be like, oh my god, dude, they did this in Dark Souls 1 or something. I played 2, so and they didn't have this in 2, so. Overall difficulty rating for the Abyss Watchers would have to be a 7 out of 10. It's due to their speed, I would say, and the second phase with the flame. It catches you off guard because it's got a lot more range than you think. After defeating the Abyss Watchers, you will then continue past the bonfire and down into the catacombs of Karthus, where you will fight High King Wolnir.
I'm gonna
Don't touch the cup. Don't touch the cup.
I want some gamer girl come. You can't make me.
You
not
fucking touch the cup. Why did you touch the cup? Why did you fucking touch the cup? Look, now it's leaking everywhere. You're getting fucking piss everywhere on the floor. You're fucking shitting yourself.
STDs onto my legs. Oh help.
And he's really weak. You just break his Gucci bracelets and he dies, and he slips into the abyss. So, not much interesting mechanics going on here. He just swipes. He does have like gas that he breathes out that will kill you like instantly. He's got that going for him, and the catacombs also are a pain in the ass to navigate. So, 1 out of 10. Not difficult. I beat him on my first try. After all of this dark and gloominess and sludge and dank and dirty, you finally get to come out of the catacombs and see the true beauty of this game, which lies in the city of Ithriel underneath a nice blue moon. It's my favorite location in the game. You will then have to cross a bridge where a giant lizard will then try to kill you, but you'll be protected by that doll that I mentioned earlier, which will allow you access to the city and not the lizard, and the lizard will bang its head and then you can laugh at it all you want.
That guy got hit in the head with a coconut!
Your next boss that you'll be adventuring towards to is Yorm the Giant.
How do you shit your own pants? Tell me that, Yorm. Tell me that.
Which lies in the profaned capital, which is underneath the city of Ithriel, if I remember correctly. You have to go through this dungeon area, and that place sucks. It's basically going back into the gloomy area, and then you get to fight Yorm, and Yorm is a Lord of Cinder, so I will go in depth with him. I find his story interesting. Yorm is surrounded by jewels and treasures, but in all of his jewels and treasures that he's surrounded by, he also has corpses burnt to crisps, like thousands of them. I believe, from what I remember from the lore, is because his followers or something like that all got burned to a crisp when he linked the fire, and he's just been sitting alone ever since. So I recommend watching Viati videos, lore videos on Dark Souls 3. He's basically what I watch to learn all my lore instead of reading the item descriptions, because I don't like to read. So go give him a watch if you want to learn more. Yorm, he has a great mechanic in his boss fight, and you'll see right off, when you're trying to hit him, your weapon will do nothing to him. And you might think, oh my lord, this boss fight's gonna take 10 years to do. But in the back, you know, there's a little, oh, what's that? There's a little shiny glowy thing in the back. You go over and you run over and you loot it, and it's called the Storm Ruler. It's a sword. And the description of the Storm Ruler is a weapon that can fell giants. You wonder to yourself, what does that mean? Well, you hold shift. I'm putting on keyboard and mouse. I know, fucking pin me to the stake and burn. You hold shift and it charges the sword up. And once it's charged, you'll know because it glows a bright white. And then you click and it slashes with air. And it does a massive amount of damage to Yorm. And that's the only thing that can really damage Yorm. And if you did Sigurd's questline, it's even it adds more emotion to the boss battle. Cause Sigurd and Yorm were supposedly friends at one point, and I'm just gonna grab the cutscene now and let it play out.
Yorm, old friend. I, Siegfried of the Knights of Catalina, have come to uphold my promise. Let the sun shine upon this Lord of Cinder.
Yep. It's just it's enough to make anybody cry. Anyways, after that, he basically sits down and he just is like, I'm gonna take a drink.
Now, for a final toast. To your valor, and my old friend Yorm. Long may the sun shine. Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap.
And you turn around and you walk away, and then you just hear him commit seppuku, so he kills himself. That's kind of cool. Anyways, once you defeated Yorm, you get the bonfire, da-da-da. Let's hear the difficulty rating. Difficulty rating on Yorm. If you don't know about the Storm Ruler, which a lot of people didn't at first, it's going to be like an 8 out of 10. But the Storm Ruler makes it bump it down to like probably a 4 out of 10. The Storm Ruler really helps with the difficulty, but I like Yorm. I wish they would have added his armor set actually as a thing that you could wear, because I kind of liked his armor. They give you his machete though, and there goes a loud car. Shut the fuck up, I'm talking about Dark Souls. This is how I get pussy. After Yorm, you will then move on back to Ithriel. I guess you could do Pontiff before Yorm, but it just depends on how you want to do everything. Anyways, next up is Pontiff Sullivan, the right-hand man to Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods. He's not a Lord of Cinder, so I won't go too in-depth with him. But he's difficult, I would say, because my weapon is slow. It's slower than most, so it was difficult for me. So lucky enough, I had Gamercat and Londor, Pale Shade guy. God save him. He was our savior in that fight. He took all the damage himself. He's a godsend. Otherwise, Pontiff, if you're fighting him solo, it's pretty hard. I'd probably rank him like a 7 out of 10. He does quick jabs, and then during his second phase, he has a clone. Gamercat says it makes it easier because you get to see his attacks before they actually happen with the clone. I don't find it easier. Nothing too interesting with his mechanics. That's about it. Moving on from Pontiff, you get to now engage in battle with another Lord of Cinder known as Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods. And when you encounter him, he is currently in the process of devouring Gwendolyn, one of the sons of Gwen, which he uses as a puppet to fight you with, because he's lazy and doesn't want. He's literally just a pile of sludge by himself. So, you know, fucking lazy ass over here. Am I right, guys? I think everybody can pretty much agree that Aldrich is a pretty difficult boss fight, all in all. I've seen a lot of people have difficulties with him. It's with the magic arrow rain that follows you everywhere. That's also a pain in the ass too, so I'd give Aldrich 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. He's pretty difficult. After you defeat Aldrich, you are then put into a cutscene where you are then teleported back to Lothric to fight the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. The Dancer is another one of those quick ones. So, but from what I remember, it's not too difficult to defeat the Dancer. So, again, not a Lord of Cinder, so I'm gonna just speed run this. very worm-like movement with the dancer, bob and weave type stuff, and it makes it difficult to predict some moves at times, but otherwise it's not too difficult of a fight if you are good at rolling. Also, there's a lot of rule for 34 for the dancer, which I don't ask me how I know that. I just do.
Fly, she's as strong as another, is a femme fatale, seducing other characters into getting what she wants. Instead of having
Difficulty rating, 6.5 out of 10 for the dancer Boreal Valley. Uh-oh, ding 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 ding, do you hear that? Sounds like a lightning round of unimportant bosses. Here we go. Alright, starting off with Dragon Slayer armor, incredibly easy. Ooh, 1 out of 10. Ocero's the Consumed King. Uh-oh, looks like he beat me up a few times. Ouch, he's definitely like a 7 out of 10.
supposed to be old.
Ooh, let's move on to Champion Gundyr. Look at him, wow, he's like the other Gundyr, but champion. That means he's harder, so that means he's a 6 out of 10. Ooh, okay. And then we're gonna just skip over this other guy and go to Ancient Wyvern. Ooh, the hardest boss in the whole Dark Souls series. Negative 10 out of 10. Ooh, okay. Back to the... and then this Nameless King. He's the actual hardest boss in the game. Yeah. He's 11 out of 10, so don't fight him, please. Have mercy on yourself. Alright, Lothric. The Twin Princes. Ooh, how hard are they? They're the final Lords of Cinder. Now, Lothric is easy by himself, but then the second phase comes on, he's like, boom, power up time. I got my younger brother, I'm giving him a piggyback ride. Now we're powerful together. And then he's like the Power Rangers, you know, they're like, unite, and then, you know, he's like, eight out of 10. Now, the moment you all been waiting for, the final boss of the game, the big man himself, the soul of Cinder. I actually had to summon in 2 phantoms to help me fight this guy. You know, I had to call up my bro, my homie, the true OG, Londor Pelshade. And, get this, E-Girl, I mean Yarya of Londor. Yeah. So we go in. We went in, guns blazing. It was the most dramatic fight I've ever had in my whole life. It was probably more dramatic than anything you've ever seen in anime before. I'm just gonna play a clip. Watch all of this.
No! Londor! You son of a bitch, I'll kill you! Get back! Winston! Oh god, not Winston. Yoria, look out! Yoria, heal! What are you doing? Yoria, heal! Yoria! No, damn it! No! You bastard! You killed them all! I'll fucking kill you! I don't got any more essence, and I'm not doing too hot. I did it. I've done it. Oh god, I did it. I did it for you, Londo. And Yoria. I've done it. I've done the deed.
And after defeating the Soul of Cinder and avenging my allies after they fell, I linked the fire and become the Lord of Hollows.
I, Direwolf, am now the Lord of Hollows. Oh shit, there's two of them now? Two Iorias? How'd this happen?
Gracious Lord,
The blind man always wins.
make Londor whole.
Moving on to the music part. Not much to say here. I'll keep it quick since this video is already almost a half hour long. So, music. Holy shit. Let me just say, the music in this game is beautiful. It's so good. It can make you it can either make you so amped up and powerful at times, or it can make you break you down into tears. Like the Soul of Cinder's music, you know, it comes in with these booming drums, and then it transitions into Gwen's theme. Phenomenal job. With the game, the bosses, the music, the lore. Go watch some lore on this game. It'll probably make you cry, and you'll probably feel depressed for about a week, but it's worth it. Thank you guys for watching. This was my passion project. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you very much. I put a lot of time into making this video, and mainly it was trying to beat this game. And I wanted to make this video because I have such a passion for this game. Because I think it's a beautiful artistic masterpiece with how it looks, how it sounds, and it's my favorite game that I've ever played. So, in fact, it's so important to me that I actually now have a tattoo of it, of a reference of it on my skin. That's how much this game means to me. And I hope I shed some light onto it to make it so, you know, if you haven't played this game, you give it a try. It may seem difficult at first, but I promise you, you'll learn to love playing it like I did and GamerCat did. Let me know in the comments below if I should ever do a video like this again, or if this was a waste of time and I should just stick to Gmod. I'd be happy to go backwards into Dark Souls 2, or go into the DLC of Dark Souls 3, or even do a different game entirely. I also like Cyberpunk, even though it has its controversies, but I'd be happy to do it because I have a lot to talk about that too. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you enjoyed this game if you played it, because I know I did. Thank you.